Hey folks, it's Ash and Doc here, and we're here for the Elden Ring. So I played Elden Ring for 200 hours, and why it was totally worth it. Yes, you heard me right, 200 hours. That's more than 8 days of non-stop gaming. And yes, I spend a lot of that in Fia's hug. And let me tell you, it's the most satisfying hug ever. She wraps her arms around you and whispers soothing words in your ear. She makes you feel warm and safe and loved. Every time I hugged Fia, I felt like I was healing my soul. I forgot about that Bloodborne was a better game, and I can't experience that feeling ever again playing a Soulsborne game. I felt happy and peaceful. I felt like nothing else mattered. Fia's hug was the best thing that ever happened to me. So that's why I played Elden Ring for 200 hours, and why you should too. Trust me, you won't regret it. Just don't forget to hug Fia as much as possible. I spent another 50 hours having a serious mental conflict. You see, I'm a huge fan of the Soulsborne games. Those games that make you want to smash your controller and cry in a corner, I love them. So when Elden Ring came out, I was super excited. It was like a dream come true. A game made by the creators of Dark Souls and George R. R. Martin, the author of Game of Thrones. A game that promised to be the most ambitious and epic Soulsborne game ever. A game that had an open world, horse riding, dynamic weather, and spirits. Spirits are these little creatures that you can summon to help you in combat. They have different abilities and personalities. Some are cute, some are creepy, some are funny. They are like your little companions in this harsh and beautiful world. Sounds cool, right? Well, not for me. You see, I have a problem with using spirits. They feel like an easy mode, a cheat code, and guilt. Every time I summoned a spirit to help me fight an enemy or a boss, I felt guilty. Why? I felt like I'm betraying the spirit of the Soulsborne games. So what did I do? Well, after 50 hours of agonizing over this issue, I finally made a decision. In the end, I decided to lay these foolish ambitions to rest. And then I summoned dozens of NPCs and spirits later in the game. I fought Lady Millennia for another 20 hours. To be honest, I have a fetish for feet, and that's why they called me Tarnished.
چقدر تو قشنگی، چقدر تو خوبه همه چیز.
Elden Ring is set in a world where the Elden Ring, the source of life and order, has been shattered by the demigods who inherited its power. The player character is a Tarnished, one of the exiled descendants of the ancient people who once lived in harmony with the Elden Ring. The Tarnished must journey through the lands between, a vast and diverse realm full of dangers and mysteries, to claim the power of the Elden Ring and become an Elden Lord. One possible interpretation of this premise is that it reflects the Freudian concept of the Oedipus complex, where a child desires to overthrow their parent and take their place. The demigods who broke the Elden Ring are like rebellious children who rejected the authority and guidance of their parent, the greater will, and caused chaos and suffering in the world. The Tarnished, on the other hand, are like neglected children who were cast out by their parent and seek to regain their love and recognition by proving themselves worthy of their inheritance. Another possible interpretation is that it reflects the Jungian concept of individuation, where a person strives to integrate their conscious and unconscious aspects into a harmonious whole. The Elden Ring represents the self, the archetype of wholeness and potentiality that has been fragmented into different parts by the ego's separation from the collective unconscious. The demigods who possess the great runes are like shadow aspects of the self that embody negative or repressed traits that need to be confronted and integrated. The tarnished are like heroes who embark on a quest to find and restore the self by exploring their own fantasy and overcoming various challenges and temptations.